This is More Knowledge, More Wealth with your host, Gabriel Shahin. Gabriel is a certified financial planner and a registered investment advisor at Falcon Wealth Planning. This show does not intend to provide personalized investment advice through this broadcast and does not represent that the services or securities discussed are suitable for any investor. Investors are advised not to rely on any information contained in the broadcast in the process of making a full informed investment decision. More knowledge, more wealth on AM 590, The Answer. Now here's your host, Gabriel Shahin.
Good afternoon. This is Gabriel Shahin, certified financial planner, and your host of More Knowledge, More Wealth here on every weekend, talking about all important topics of personal finance. Our goal is to give you the knowledge you need to increase your wealth. Now, to the listener, you can always reach out to myself or any one of our colleagues here at Falcon Wealth Planning. Our phone number is 855-963-2526. That's 855-96-FALCON, like the bird, where we can help put a personal, confidential, financial assessment for you to help relate this show to your specific situation. Now, I'm a principal of Falcon Wealth Planning. We are a fee-only registered investment advisory firm. We do investment management as well. But folks, we do everything that involves a dollar sign. That's where you are today, how retirement looks like, talk about tax, investments, estate planning, insurance, renting, leasing. You name it, we can help you with. And we are offering a free financial assessment. We can help all across the country, folks. Give us a call. We'd be happy to help. Our phone number is 855-963-2526. That's 855-96-FALCON, like the bird. Or visit our website at falconwealthplanning.com. That's Falcon, WP.com for short. We'd love to be able to help you with the questions that you have because we do grow ridiculously off referrals, and you never know, we may be able to help you even long term as well. So a lot going on, folks. You have volatile stock market. Seems like this is a regular thing these days. You still have the high interest rates. You have inflation coming. You have our government and Congress talking about spending money on debt relief, $10,000 per kid that for a student loan making under a certain dollar amount. You're looking at additional forbearances on those loans as well, still allowing them to not have to pay the student loan debt. So there's a lot of things going on. But what does this mean for you? Because we did have the government help us out 2 years ago now. When you look at during the COVID crash of 2020, they gave us stimulus checks. They allowed you to delay your mortgage for 6 months, 12 months, and some of us longer than that. They gave us ways to help. Our government cannot keep doing that. On the contrary, there are times with something like Social Security that they don't have it funded fully. They have about a 27% underfunding. You can anticipate almost a quarter of your Social Security check being reduced by 2032s, depending on the study. We've seen 2033, 34, even 31. The point is, you have to take action on yourself. You cannot rely on the government for everything. You cannot. We can argue the best plan should be don't rely on the government for anything. That would be the best way to do it. I think it's a logical practice. It's common sense. And you should be focusing on things that you're in control. Don't you find yourself sometime getting upset and focusing on governments, on political drama, on other things that are going on that really you can't control and really directly doesn't impact you? Indirectly, it impacts you. Obviously, if our leadership is doing some troubling items, that can affect you. If they're reversing like Roe v. Wade, that can affect indirect matters or even direct matters. My point is, your focus should be on what can you do today to put yourself in a better situation tomorrow. And that better is vague. That better could be something that's personal to you. It could be with a relationship. It can be whether it's with a spouse, a friend, or a child, a parent, or whatever the case is. This could be the better of relationships. It could be financial, which is a big part of that, is what can you do today to make sure you are financially secure? And the last part about that is just emotionally. Finding that balance. Maybe you want to go to the gym. You want to work out. You want to read more books. You want to enhance your situation. My point is, these are the factors that you need to focus on yourself. When was the last time you did that? This is a show about personal finance. It's what can you do to enhance you, but do not forget that personal side of it. I see a lot of people sometimes focus so much on the big picture aspect of it, they're not doing the right thing and they're looking at the macro picture and they're finding themselves upset because they're focused on the external macros. You should be focusing on yourself. You should be selfish when it comes to achieving your goals. And that selfishness doesn't mean just I and me or you. It's specifically, it could be a we. Goals sometimes are not just about me, but we and us. It could be by helping your family. It could be by helping your colleagues, your friends, maybe your company if you're a business owner. My point is, you have to focus on you. By the way, folks, if you're just joining us, you're listening to Gabriel Shahin, certified financial planner, and your host of More Knowledge, More Wealth, here every weekend talking about all important topics of personal finance. And today I'm just talking about the big picture of what's going on. And I want you to focus on, just for once, yourself. And here's a good way to do that. I want you to ask yourself, just think about this. Ask yourself, what does money mean for you? What does money mean for you? I'm going to ask it again. What does money, how do you define that? For myself, maybe financial independence, the freedom to maybe spend more time with family, travel more. That's what money means for me. It allows me to do things I wouldn't be able to do without the money. Indirectly, you just said why financial planning is important. You just defined why it's important to work with a professional. Because you want to be able to be financially secure. You want to have time to spend with your family and time to spend on traveling or things that you wouldn't other do without money. This is where you should be communicating with somebody. They call them these days mentors. In my day, which wasn't too long ago, we called those professionals. The reason mentors are important now is because it doesn't technically need to be a professional. You can get this advice from your parents. You can get it from your neighbors. You can get it from your friends. You can get it from other people. There's actually hired mentors out there that just give you advice based on your situation. Question I ask is two. Number one, are they equipped to give you that advice? And number two, is it truly unbiased? That's an important second piece of that question. When you're working with a financial professional, their sole job is to make sure that they can increase your financial situation. But there are certain individuals out there that just want to sell you junk. I see this all the time with insurance policies, whole life policies, annuity policies, commission-based products. I see it all the time where people are sold because they put their guards down because they are taking the advice of talking to a professional. I don't care if you refer to somebody. You have to understand who you're working with, how they get compensated, and if they are a true fiduciary 100% of the time. If they carry a Series 7 license, they can't be a true fiduciary 100% of the time. I'm not saying that they might not be a good advisor. I'm just saying there are inherent conflicts of interest because commissions can be made. By working with somebody that is truly unbiased, whether in the financial industry or not, but working with somebody that can help you directly and even indirectly through motivation and so on, achieve your goals. This is key. This is why we're offering a free financial assessment. We want to be able to answer these questions for you. We want to be able to identify things that you should be doing, especially based on a goal of retiring at 62. Maybe that's what money means to you, retirement. Once I have it, I'll retire today. I've had people say that. Versus somebody like myself, if I win the lottery tomorrow, $1 billion, I'm still going to come to work the next day. As you can see, I already lost the tie. I don't think I'll lose anything else, but you get what I'm saying. I might lose the jacket. How's that? So the idea of this, folks, is for you to invest in yourself, for you to focus on yourself. And it's very similar when you go in the airplane and they tell you, put your mask on you first and then the kid second. You have to take care of you so you can help others. And that has to do with the health side. That has to do with the emotional side. That has to do with the financial side. Help yourself first. I have people say, well, you know what? I can't start saving for me until I save enough for my kids' college. Okay. I respect that, and that is very fair. In this society, they say that's a very admirable and respectable thing to do, is to pay for your kids' college. I don't know if your parents paid for yours. If they did, God bless you. My point is this. All right. So you're going to go ahead and delay yourself, but you're going to have your kid, you pay for their college. So let me put it like this, okay? When you live in a house, Okay, you can live in the house and finance it as you live in the house. When you buy a car, you can finance it as you drive the car. Okay, college, schooling, you can finance schooling as you go to school. But retirement, you cannot finance retirement while you're in retirement. You get where I'm going with this? I've seen so many people make the mistake of focusing on others versus themselves because they're good human beings. Nothing's wrong with being a good human being. I like to think I'm a good human being, but you have to prioritize. And I've seen a lot of people not achieve their goals because of the lack of prioritization. They had the idea, but they never executed. Why? Because the priorities weren't there. Because maybe they're working on too much of a perfect plan. Well, you know what? I'm going to stop. I'm going to start exercising on this date when this happens. Oh, well, always an excuse is what I'm saying. You want to make sure you just become an executor. And the key to financial success and to financial stability is to have a structure, number one, knowledge, number two, and a process, number three. And I feel with those three things, and we like to help you with all three of those. At the end of the day, yes, we are that financial coach, that financial mentor. So yes, we are a for-profit company, but we would like to offer 1 to 2 meetings of our time with no cost, no strings attached, and we will tell you what you need to do. We'll tell you what we need to find. We'll tell you if you're on track. And more importantly, from there, we want to be able to just help. And then from there, you can make a decision if you want to work with us or not. And if you don't, well, guess what? You may know somebody that will. Somebody who doesn't have the time, somebody who doesn't have the knowledge, and somebody who just doesn't like this stuff. You know what? I used to love gardening, and then I just got busy. Absolutely busy. My father loved gardening, my mother loved gardening, and now I don't like gardening. I don't like cutting grass, I don't like watering the flowers. I used to love just trimming the flowers. I used to give some to my mother, the rose bush. Now I just don't like it. It's a great idea to do it. I do it when I have time, but I just don't. It's a burden to me. You have to see what you like doing with your time because time is some of your most valuable asset. You have to focus on that because if you not, it can be detrimental to the success. People naturally gravitate to what they like doing and what they're comfortable doing. Folks, we're going to talk a lot more about this, about financial independence and focusing on you. We're going to take a quick break, but stay with us. We'll be right back after a few words. Welcome back, folks. This is Gabriel Shahin, certified financial planner and your host of More Knowledge, More Wealth. You're on every weekend talking about all important topics of personal finance. And today I was discussing with you about you. I was talking about how you should be prioritizing your situation, how you should be focusing on yourself, how you should be investing in yourself, whether it's with time, attention, or just dedication to making sure you're doing the right things to achieve that financial goal. I asked you a question earlier. What do you think about money? How do you perceive money? That's such an important question to ask yourself because you are able to identify the importance on your goals. Essentially, it's the same thing of how you feel about money. Well, how I feel about money, it's a tool to help achieve my goals of retirement, of buying a home, buying a second vacation home, buying a car, paying for my kids, supporting my family, being able to retire. So the idea of all of this is extremely important because sometimes that gets missed. Some people, they don't take that step at themselves of what they should be doing. And they mistrust certain individuals who can help them. This is why we're offering that free financial assessment. We are fee only, not fee-based. Don't say fee-based. Fee-based people can still take advantage of you, still sell you products, still make commissions, and do not have to be a fiduciary as they're selling it to you. A true fiduciary is somebody who's fee only, who only gets compensated through our clients and not through a third party, who's fee only, not commission, true fiduciary. We are offering a free financial assessment, and we help people all across the United States of America, folks. We would love to help. Our phone number is 855-963-2526. That's 855-96-FALCON, like the bird, where we can help put a personal assessment for you at no cost to help relate this show to your situation. This is the time to do it. You're towards the end of the year. 2022 is, as crazy as it sounds, feels like it just began, but it's almost over. We're entering our third year of COVID. You have to see what have you done. There should no longer be excuses. And actually, you have a perfect storm for it with high inflation, with high interest rates, a lot of things being more expensive. You could argue there is, but switching that mentality to people who've seen it before, who understand what's ahead of you, and just knowing that there are items out there that you should be taking advantage of. It can be something as simple as you're not maxing out your retirement account. Oh, you want to focus on paying off your debt? Well, how much is your debt? Oh, it's 15%. Oh, I can see why you want to hurry up and pay it off. How about you max out your matching portion of your 401k? If you put in 3%, your employer puts in 3%. That's 100% return, let alone what the investment performance is of that over time. So why would you pay off something at 15% when you instantly get 100% by a match? Simple concepts like that, people are not taking advantage. I'm shocked sometimes of people who are not taking advantage of retirement accounts at work. Or where are they saving? Into a traditional versus a Roth. This can be important elements. People who are not saving in any retirement accounts until they pay off their home, which is madness, especially if they got their home over a year or two ago, where their rates were probably in the 3%, if not 2%. These are simple concepts for somebody like myself and our team here at Falcon Wealth Planning that we do this on a daily basis. It's easy. We see it clear as water. Common sense. Why would you pay off aggressively a 0% car loan, but not save anything towards retirement? Or on the contrary, why would you even pay it off? Well, it's $350, $550, $850 a month, and I just don't like that payment. But it's the same concept. If you take that money and you give them that lump sum, you're just giving it to them in advance. I'd rather have you put your money in an Ally Bank earning 1.75%, or a Capital One 360 account, or American Express savings account that pay you over 1.5%. It makes no sense to pay these off. If anything, try to drag it out as long as possible. And with a mortgage, you actually get to write off that interest. You get what I'm saying? These are things people don't see on a daily basis. Let alone not talking about these business owners out there, high income earners, people with restricted stock, ISOs, stock options, you name it. We're not even talking about those type of people. We're not talking about high earners that pay a lot in taxes, people who have a lot of rental properties. We're not even talking about you. There are so many strategies out there. I can't do this in this show. I can do it in probably a month nonstop show. A live setting with Q&As. That's probably what I should do. But right now we're fixating on quick fixes. And the way to talk to the masses are simple. It's having conversations like this and allowing you opportunity to reach out for help. That's what we're here for, folks. There are low-hanging fruits, and maybe it's something we can help you in 1 to 2 meetings and give you some things that you should be doing, and maybe you come back in 1 to 2 years and we can have a different type of relationship where you can actually retain our services. The point is, the more people we help, the more you'll know there are good people in this industry, because this is a tricky, slimy industry. All they want to do is sell you junk. I'm telling you, I see it all the time. In a weird way, we need those people out there to take advantage of people, which we absolutely despise, but then you won't appreciate us as much. You almost need to chip your teeth before you're able to appreciate people there that know what they're doing and do not take advantage of people. By the way, folks, if you're just joining us, you're listening to Gabriel Shahin, certified financial planner, and your host of More Knowledge, More Wealth here on every weekend, talking about all important topics of personal finance. And today I wanted to discuss just getting help and focusing on you and understanding that now is the time to do it. And do not beware or do not fall for these people here trying to sell you things that you don't need or making promises that are just outlandish. I can get you 3% a month return, which, oh, by the way, is over a 36% annual return, which is insane. You don't want to chase the money, because if it sounds too good to be true, folks, you hear this all the time. It's just too good to be true. We believe in slow and steady wins the race. And you hear this from Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger all the time with Berkshire Hathaway discussing. It's so simple, people don't want to do it. The concept of investing is so simple. What does he say all the time? Just invest in an index fund. We recommend that here at Falcon Wealth Planning. We say that could make a lot of sense. The confusing part is what index fund? There's the S&P 500, which is large caps. There's mid caps, small caps, international, developed markets, emerging markets, and they each have large, mid, and small. Then there's real estate and other alternatives like commodities, oil and gas, even gold. So there's just so many things out there. This is where you just need to take a step back and say, here is my situation. What do you recommend? And by being able to do that, you're able to capture a few things. Number one, somebody looking at your situation from afar with no vested interest and saying what you should be doing. Number two, seeing if you're on track. that daily stress that you have, you may not need it. Why have it if you don't need it? If you don't love your job, why waste your time doing it if you can afford to retire? And I think the beauty of this comes with people able to put together an assessment, a plan, where they can see, as long as I save 10% of my salary into that 401k with that 3 or 4% match, or even without a match, that I'm able to retire at 60 years old. By doing something like that, having a regular checkup with somebody, the best part about that is if you have any leftover money or a bonus that kicks in or whatever comes in, well, you already know all you need to do is save 10%. So if you have extra money, spend it. Enjoy it. That's what we're trying to tell you to do, because you put a plan together. And it's having that, it gives you so much more confidence. You enjoy life that much more better. I've had clients now that fly first class because of that, because they're realizing we're going to be fine. They're still working. Some clients will keep working just so they can enhance their lifestyles. Some clients say, I'm happy with how it is now. I can probably retire instead of 65 but 62. So these are key indicators to just know what you should be doing. This is why we would like to offer our help, to help answer questions like that. We are offering a free financial assessment. We help people all across the country. Our headquarters is in Southern California. Our phone number is 855-963-2526. That's 855-96-FALCON, like the bird. Or visit our website at falconwealthplanning.com. That's falconwp.com for short. We can help put a personal assessment for you to help relate this show to your specific situation. And we would like to do that. We would love to do that, because the opportunity of this is something that we are so competent in. We find joy in it because there's always some advice we give. We've never had a situation in the tens of thousands of people we helped where we couldn't give any value. There's always value to give. Nobody's ever doing everything perfect. And even if you think you are, might as well show you the difference of another side of the opinion. We could share with you just the comment is, for sake of argument, have you ever thought about this? No, I haven't. Well, this is why I bring it up, because of ABC or XYZ. If nothing else, it's just to be able to call somebody that you can bounce ideas from. That's what we love to do. That's how we learn. That's how we gain our competency as a firm, is from people like you. Talking with smart, intelligent people. I think that's the biggest thing that you can ask for, is just having a mentor. I had a client call and make a mistake on taxes. They actually spoke to their accountant. Incorrectly, they spoke to their accountant. And the accountant did their job. But then they spoke to me the next year and I gave them advice. I'm like, oh, you could have done that. They're like, man, that was genius. How come my accountant didn't say that? I'm like, listen, don't get upset at your accountant. Don't get too mad here. They were doing their job. But when it comes to investments and finances, no better person is than a financial planner, because that financial planner knows your situation, your full situation, and knows tax techniques if you're working with the right person. And here at Falcon Wealth Planning, we offer tax advice and our tax planners, and we can help bridge that gap between taxes and accounting and finance. And that's what we can help with. So give us a call. Our phone number is 855-963-2526. That's 855-96-FALCON. Like the bird. Folks, that was a fast show. I want to thank you for tuning in with us this weekend. Feel free to reach out to any one of our colleagues. We can help you all across the country, folks. Our phone number is 855-963-2526. That's 855-96-FALCON, like the bird. We can help relate this show to your situation. Call us. We'll have a personal, confidential conversation to really help answer the questions that you have. We want to thank you for joining us. We want you to enjoy your weekend. We want you to have a great week, and God bless.